Hi, brothers and sisters, my dear friends, colleagues, students. Once again, Ijaz Hidayat is with you with new topic. Today's my topic is pump failure, especially in the pump failure in Ecmo. As you know, in Ecmo, we are using a centrifugal pump, and as you know, the centrifugal pump is preload and afterload dependent. So the term pump failure. So what do you mean by the pump failures? So pump failures mean no flow, and no flow can be with the different causes. The first cause be disengagement of the pump head from the drive unit. This can be the reason. Number two, electromechanical failures. Number three, electrical failures. So electromechanical failures mean the failures of your drive units itself, although the power is coming through the console, but it was not generated to the drive unit. This can be the reason of electromechanical failure. Or itself, like a motor, the failure of the motor can be the reason of electromechanical failure. Or disengagement of your pump head with the drive unit can be the reasons of your pump failure. And how you know this is the disengagement of the pump head? You will hear some noises, unusual noises, like a grinding noises, and you will find maybe the flow was compensating with the low flow or no flow, and you are getting some sounds. So it's mean your pump head is not properly fixed with the drive unit. So here you need to adjust that the pump head. Or there will be the failure of electrical failure. What is the electrical failure? Electrical failures mean there is the shutdown of your power supply. And as you know, in all our Ecmo consoles, we have the battery backup. Sometime your machine is not properly hooked with the AC power, and your machine console switched to the batteries, and batteries were not properly charged, and maybe the defective battery, which caused the pump failure situations. So pump failure is not a sudden issue. It's come gradually. If you're doing a routine inspection of your circuit and the machines, you will not get a pump failure scenarios. But if you are ignoring the inspection of the circuit and the console during your each shift, you can get the scenarios like a pump failures. So pump failures means no flow in the circuit which is generating the flow with the help of the centrifugal pump. So what are your response in case you find a pump failure situations? So the time of your pump failures mean there is no flow, and whatever the reasons and whatever the machines you are using, you need to clamp your return line, call for help, shout loudly that there is no flow through my Ecmo circuit, start ventilation from the ventilator side, and call your team and start intervening. What can be the reasons of your pump circuit or pump failures? So as I mentioned, sometime your pump head is not properly fixed with the drive unit, and which it can be the reason of your pump failure. Sometime your pump head get manufacturing default or defective, although the pump motor is running, but the pump head is not generating the flow. And how you know that? Although there is no clot in the pump head, RPM is generating through the motor, but pump head is not generating the flow. And you know, in this time you can see the power energy consumed by the machines. So in case your base power energy is like a 4 to 5 watt, so it will dramatically increase to like a 20 watts, so which tell you that your pump head itself having the is not working. So as you know, we are using different machines. We have the cardio help, we have a Levertronic Centromag pump in the market, we have the PLS Rotaflow, we have a Xenius, we made those Xenius machines. So in case if you're using like a cardio help HLS set and HLS machine, so as you know, the backup is your hand crank. So what you have to do, clamp your return line, take your the pump head, the oxygenator, remove from the console and fix it on the hand crank and start generating the RPM, and try to keep RPM which was adjusted by the machines in the beginning. And the second, you need to see the saturation of the patients by increasing your RPM where your saturations maintaining above the 85. So it's mean you are providing adequate flow to the patient, and meantime you can resolve what can be the reason of your circuit failure, the pump failure. But on the other hand, if you're using like a Xenius machines, or in a Xenius machine you have a backup drive unit available, like the drive unit going to hooked with the battery, and you can switch your pump head to the backup console and it will start working till you meantime you can just finalize what was the reasons of the pump failures and adjust it accordingly. Similarly, in a Centromag, we have the backup consoles available. So what you have to do, clamp the return line, remove your pump head, fix on with the new console, and generate the RPM, and increase the flow which was required, which was before required, and as per the patient saturation, maintain the patient SpO2 more than 85, whatever was your target before. So these are the small preventions you can do, and proactively you work. So the most important is each shift you have to see the inspection of your circuit, inspection of your console, and you have to take your battery is your machine is powerly hooked with the AC power. You have the battery backup sports on your machines. You can find out the machine's battery backup. I just want to highlight here, you know, in each machine having the battery backup. Most common the time, it depends on the how much you are putting the load on the batteries and how much RPM you are generating. The most safe period for your battery backup is like 3 to 4 hours, but it depends how much the batteries are consuming the voltage and power through the RPMs. So the safest time you have around 2 to 3 hours, and the meantime you can just finalize and resolve the solutions, what was the reasons, and just get at the backup support and switch your console with the new console. So always check your connections, check the status of your battery, and the time this is a pump failure, your immediate response is to clamp your return line. And if you're using the backup console, switch your pump head to the backup console and generate flow, and meantime find out the reason of your pump failures. Or if you need to change the circuit, you can change even the circuit. Hope it is clear, and we'll come up with a new topic with a new talk. Have a nice and good time. Take care. God bless you.